Good morning, everybody. It's Claire Jones here from Your One Life Healthy Weight Solutions, and it is Monday, the 1st of August. Can't believe where this year is going. It's absolutely crazy. And if you are watching live or on replay, do say hello in the comments or put hashtag replay, whatever you fancy. It really doesn't matter. The main thing is that obviously you let Facebook know that you're interested in this sort of thing. Morning, Nikki. So let me know if you're there, and I hope you're okay. And if anyone was watching the football last night, I wasn't because I'm not a football fan, but it was really exciting to hear the news and see all the celebrations. It's amazing, absolutely amazing, really, really wonderful. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. I decided I would, in true celebratory fashion, do my live this morning from where I do my client work, and you can see in the background all my medals, because it's just nice to celebrate achievements, isn't it? And I just thought, why not this morning? So I'll tell you all about them another day. But so here we are, Monday Morning Matters, episode 17, and I'm here to talk with you about managing the holidays, because it's August, and if you're in the UK, that is traditionally obviously a time of summer holidays for the kids off school, and obviously parents with kids off school. But also, I appreciate not everybody goes on holiday in August. It may be that you're just struggling at home trying to manage the day-to-day stuff with kids at home, and routine is out of normal, and perhaps feel a little bit chaotic. Or you may perhaps have some events coming up that you want to, morning Kelly, that you want to prepare for, and perhaps a little bit anxious about how you might be dealing with them. So, and whatever I say today obviously isn't just applicable to August, it's applicable to any time of the year, any time you've got a holiday or an event or something coming up that's perhaps out of the ordinary. So I've just got a few little tips for you that I think, well, I've always found have been helpful for me, and obviously I share them with my clients, and generally people tend to do very well off them. So I thought I'd share a few with you here today. I've only got 10 minutes, so obviously this is really going to be a whistle-stop tour, and I'm not going to be able to go into much detail, but hopefully this will just get you thinking a little bit about what you can do in terms of your own individual unique circumstances. And obviously feel free to share in the group anything that you come up with as a result of watching this video, because obviously anything you share is going to be helpful to others. And this is a community here, so let's share the stuff. So first of all, when it comes to holidays, if you're anything like I used to be, it's like, oh crikey, what am I going to do? I know I'm going to end up putting on loads of weight, and I don't want to put on loads of weight, but I don't want to be spending the whole holiday thinking about putting on loads of weight, and I don't want to be able to not enjoy myself, and how am I going to cope with this? And then of course we just get all stressed about it, and it can really get in the way of our enjoyment of the holiday if we're just spending the whole time worrying about our weight and worrying about, perhaps overindulging and then thinking, oh crikey, I'm going to have to sort this out when I get home. Morning, Annie. Or alternatively, maybe you've got kids at home, you're planning days out, and or maybe there's just loads of stuff in the house that wouldn't normally be there because the kids are at home and where they would normally be at school. All of those sorts of things. So I think the first thing that it's really important to do is to set some expectations that are manageable, because there's no point in, if you know from previous experience that as soon as something is presented to you, you're going to want it, there is no point in setting expectations that you're not going to be able to have any of it, because all that's going to do is put you in a position of denial. And of course, when we're taking something away that we can't have, we just want it all the more. So really be clear about what's, as far as your weight is concerned, what's a reasonable expectation to have. So, you may have been perhaps losing weight, or you may be thinking about getting started with losing weight. But obviously considering what may be coming up for you over the next few weeks in terms of holidays or going away, staying at home, whatever, what's coming up for you. and what could you reasonably expect to be able to apply yourself to without causing you tons of stress? Because, you know, if we're already busy and stressed, then trying to, you know, put in a very restrictive eating regime that is going to stop us from being able to enjoy ourselves is perhaps going to just add another layer of stress. So during this period of time, it may be, and you know, this is a very individual thing, and you know, you'll need to decide what's right for you, but it may be that you need to focus simply on just maintaining your current position during that particularly challenging time, and use that as an opportunity to perhaps stabilise your weight where you are at the moment. So the key to that is going to be then, obviously, if you've got your clear expectation about your weight, is then think about, well, what are the key things you're going to have to do to enable that to happen? Whether it is still trying to lose weight or maintaining, or, you know, whatever is right for you. You will know what feels right for you. But just use your past experience. If you know that this is a really challenging time and, you know, trying to put too many restrictions on yourself is just going to be counterproductive, then perhaps don't go there. Perhaps just be a bit kinder to yourself and think what is it possible to accommodate. So that's going to be, you know, planning ahead. So really, you know, sit down for half an hour and just brainstorm all of the things that are coming up for you over the next few weeks, and think about what you've learned from previous experiences, and think about where you know you're going to be vulnerable. And it's the times that you know you're going to be vulnerable, those are the times then you're going to need to really focus on having some clear plans in place for how you're going to manage them. But again, those plans have got to be realistic. So, you know, rather than say, right, okay, I'm not going to have any of the treats or whatever, it's perhaps just think about how you could put some sensible limits on them, some sensible boundaries, and then work within those sensible boundaries. And so rather than saying no, maybe just be saying not yet because I'm not hungry, or I'll take that home and have it later. Those sorts of things. So you're not saying you can't have something, you're just managing when and how you're going to have it so that you can still enjoy what you're going to have, but without getting in the way of your weight loss goals. Because maintenance also is a weight loss goal if you use it in the right way, because it enables your body to get used to where you currently are and kind of reset everything and help your body to realise that there isn't a famine going on and it doesn't have to slow down all your functions. So use it as perhaps an opportunity to just consolidate what you've been able to achieve so far. Or if you've not got started with your weight loss yet, maybe just use it as an opportunity to work out what your body needs to maintain your weight, rather than trying to lose it. So it's really just recognising the situation and not putting undue stress on yourself when you know it's already going to be stressful. So another thing that you might want to think about is also, you know, if you know that you're going to be going out to different places and, you know, it's going to be a challenge to decide what to eat to stay on track, see if you can find out what the menu is in advance so that you know what you can choose before you get there. Because, you know, if we're really hungry and we get to a restaurant and we look at the menu, the first thing we're going to do is choose our most favourite, and we're not going to perhaps care in that moment about whether it's in support of our goals or not. Whereas if you've made up your mind before you go, and not only that, you've made sure that you're not at like a 10 out of 10 on the hunger scale, and perhaps it's only about a 7, then you're much more likely to be able to stay in healthy control of your choices before you eat, and perhaps not go for the starter, main course and dessert. Maybe just go for the main course, take the dessert home if you think that you're full after eating the main course. There's all sorts of ways that you can manage it. And then the other thing, in terms of the hunger, sorry, about not letting yourself get too hungry. So just make sure that you've had something really small, maybe about half an hour before you're due to eat or before you're due to have sight of the menu, so that you're able to keep in that healthy control, because your brain will know that you're not starving, okay, and you don't need to just eat all the food. So that is a really, really, really valuable thing to do. I always have emergency snacks in my bag for entirely that reason, knowing that I don't want to get caught out and end up feeling in that horrible place where I just you know, want to end up overeating and then feel rough for it afterwards and go through all that kind of stuff. I mean, I tend not to beat myself up after those sorts of things now because I know how to manage it, but I certainly used to. And it's not a pleasant place to be. So don't put yourself through it if you don't need to. And then the other thing that is, I think, probably the biggest challenge for many of us when we're eating out or when we're on holiday or when we've got, you know, kids at home raiding the cupboards and wanting all the stuff in because, you know, they're at home, is to just remember that what other people are doing actually doesn't matter to you. What you're doing is what matters to you, and what you're doing shouldn't matter to anybody else. And if it does, then it's about being able to think about how you can respond to that in a way that's not going to take you away from your goals. Because what I want you to remember is that, you know, we are, as human beings, we're supposed to be the most intelligent creatures on the planet. I know it's a bit debatable about whether dolphins and whales and things like that are perhaps more intelligent, but, you know, we are intelligent, rational beings. But unfortunately, when it comes to food, we're often not. So, but we can be. So I want you to remember that you are an intelligent, rational human being with the ability to make good choices or sensible choices, so choices that are in support of your goals. You do not need to be swayed by what anyone else is doing. Be really clear about your goals, why it's important to you, and remember that, and make sure you've got that in places that you can be reminded of it at the moments when you need it most, so that you can remember that actually your weight loss, your weight management is more important to you than whatever food you're being presented with at this time. So I hope that's helpful. I'm going to have to go now because I've got to go live now into my accountability club. But that hopefully is a few tips that you can take away and work with to help you plan over the next few weeks if you've got things coming up that are going to be challenging for you. And let me know how it goes. Let me know how you get on. I'd love to know. And obviously, if you know that there's something that you're struggling with, post it in the group and, you know, I'll see what I can do to help. All right, so I'll see you then. You're more than welcome, Annie. And yeah, have a good week, and I will see you all next Monday. Take care. Bye.